Good afternoon and good evening, YouTube. So this video today is regarding YouTube. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and other groups like this who monitor your information. Now, I'm discussing this today because this is crucial. People always want to discuss government's monitoring of information, stealing of information, monitoring your phone calls, emails, texts. Nobody wants to talk about how YouTube monitors you. They monitor all your likes, your videos. They have even gone through the lengths of blocking links to make sure that certain things can't be said. Now that's silence of free speech. We're supposed to have free speech, right? Well, not on YouTube. We don't have free speech. So let's look at Facebook. Okay, let's go to Facebook. Facebook. Definitely have free speech there, right? Gotta. No. Free speech monitors your text, your messages, your emails. Because you have to remember Facebook is also connected with Chrome, who's connected with Google, who's connected with Fire, and DuckDuckGo. Remember, DuckDuckGo monitors you as well. There was a document that just came out that shows that DuckDuckGo gives all your information and private information. It's not protected. I use a page called Smart Page. Also, Chromium is what they call the company. But Facebook monitors your texts, your emails, your videos, your private messages, your pictures, your likes, anything that you have on there, your groups, anything that you do on there is monitored. Then it is stored in a private compartment. Same with YouTube. Same with Google. All your emails, your texts, your Gmails accounts, information, everything. They have all of it. Let's say you use Chromecasting, right? And you're Chromecasting onto your television, right? All your personal information on Facebook is being leaked while you are Chromecasting. There's actually a way to download your private information on Facebook. All of the videos that you have ever posted, likes, all the photos that you shared with friends, family, loved ones, you can get all that. That's all available, stored in a private compartment in Facebook. They say it's deleted, but it's not fully deleted. It's never deleted. And they hold all that information. Your private information they're holding, and they're holding it in a private compartment. And then they're sharing it with third parties, fourth parties, fifth parties, 30th parties, God knows how many people, right? Sharing this with the government. Nobody talks about how the government is monitoring, but people talk about how the government is monitoring people, but nobody talks about the information that is stolen on a daily basis by private companies and sold in your name, and you're losing money because you're private. And this is a problem. This is the same thing that we had tried to stop the U.S. government from doing, our local governments from doing, from monitoring. The expansion of power is immense at this point, and it just keeps growing more and more. I mean, everything can be found. Public searches, I can go to county and anything I want about you. That's all public information, unless you make it private. Remember, there's two sectors: there's the private and public. It's when you register a business, you can register it privately or you can register it publicly. You don't have to register it publicly. You can register it privately, so only you own it and only you know about it, unless you give disclosure. This is why This is why Facebook gets away, because you have people like Mark Zuckerberg. Remember, Mark Zuckerberg's not a puppet. Mark Zuckerberg's Zuckerberg, sorry, rephrase that. But people pay the beneficiary companies that own and have stakes in Facebook. Now, could you imagine if those individuals so happen to start becoming eligible for lawsuits? Lack liability for companies such as like companies is a huge example of the lack of liability. YouTube's lack of liability. Use the term trustee. Watch what happens. Use the term beneficiary. Watch what happens. You are a beneficiary of anything that is put on the web. I am a beneficiary of this video. This is my video. I own. And in the sole owner of this, no use ever used. We are being used commercially and publicly by private corporations. TransUnion, Equifax, Equinox, the other one. These groups of people are private businesses, but they have access to your social security numbers, your birthdays, your family's addresses, home addresses, all your past work information. As Equifax and TransUnion and amongst others, have your private information without you giving them this. Do you give people your information? I don't think so. See, there needs to be laws that has to be passed that forbid companies, because now they have the Fair Trade and Practices Act where you can opt out, but they don't protect you from continuous. See, it only protects you up for 12 months, and then what's not to say they can sell that information again. Let's not say they sell that to someone else this time. And let's say this time, oh, maybe I don't get caught this time. Because, oh, well, I'm an unsuspecting consumer, and I think, well, now they're not going to sell my information for all eternity. It's only up the long. These companies are getting away with the fact that we're accountable. First off, liability. They just pay the judges, lawyers, lawyer politicians off so that they can continue with the giant lobbying companies. But we have to, in order to do so, we have to change laws. Change laws for real. You want real privacy? Stop letting pharmaceutical companies. Stop letting private companies control your information, and pass laws that protect people's private information from private companies without the consent or written consent of that individual, and full disclosure, meaning I need to know everything that is going to happen with the use of this name or this account that's being used. They cannot agree to a contract without full disclosure. And the fact is also, well, I can't use these companies if I have to consent to the fact that they're giving up data, my personal information, my metadata, information, private information is all being given up. I have to consent. The contract is not negotiable. It's not a negotiable contract. That is what you call a forced contract. I have to do this, otherwise I can't contact my friends or nobody. Well, if it's a contract and I have to agree to terms, shouldn't I be able to negotiate what I want to agree with? That's the terms of negotiating a contract. You can see Hale versus Hinkle 1908. The terms of what a contract is an agreement between two individuals. One that agrees on the terms and one that agrees on other terms for the other party, and both come to equal agreements of terms. If one person has one side that takes and gives everything to one side and takes everything from another, that is not an equal contract. That is not a fair contract. We are being abused and neglected because we fail to realize that we have rights as consumers, first off, and second, that our data is being taken not by government, but private companies that are owning this. I can literally if I was a nurse and I asked you, hey, take medication? No, I didn't take any medication. I can go on a website, a third party, and look up all your information. Yeah, he took he took Quaaludes and blah blah blah, or